last but certainly not least, we wanted to kind of bring this all together for you and look at a locality in Virginia who has successfully utilized a number of the resources that we've talked about today to really transform their community. So we're going to hear from South Boston, and you can see here a Destination Downtown South Boston Merchants meeting. And one of the reasons that we like to talk to South Boston is that number one, they just have such a great track record of success, and number two, they don't have a big university in the middle of downtown. They don't have a huge population. They are in Southern Virginia, which we know has seen some disinvestment over the years. And so we know that if South Boston can do it, you can do it. But one of the things that makes South Boston so successful is the people who are in this community and who are working these programs, which is why we have invited Tom Robb, who is the town manager for South Boston, as well as Tamara Vest, who is the executive director for Destination Downtown South Boston, to talk to us today. So, you know, if our programs are just that, they are programs, they are resources, but people like Tom and Tamara, grab a hold of them, put them together, put their spin on it, and really create something that has recreated South Boston. So now I'm going to hand it over to Tom and Tamara.
Thank you, Rebecca. This is Tom Robb. I'm the town manager here in South Boston, and we have taken advantage of a lot of DHCD programs, not only the ones with Main Street, but a lot of the other projects and grants that they have. If there's a grant out there, we're going to go after it. But we became a Main Street organization in 2004, and Tamara started in 2010? 2010. So we're very successful because of Tamara. I was a downtown store owner for 35 years, and I've been with the town now since 2015. So we have tried to move forward with a lot of things. The most successful item that we have done in this program is the community business launch. I saw it, I believe it was Ken Heath was in Richmond, presented to a group of people, and I came back and I looked at Tamara and I said, have you heard of Ken Heath and community business launch? And she said, oh yeah, I know all about it, blah, blah, blah. And I look at it and I say, well, why don't we have it? So we invited Ken down. He went through it. What a successful program. I think, filled 6 empty things. But the thing that we learned was that we now know all of the little empty spaces that we had, what needs to be filled, what has to be done. And from that, I, as a town manager, have sold 3 more properties to people that are opening businesses downtown. They weren't in the community business launch, but I've sold those and we're moving forward. So I think it was a successful and great program. And along with that, we use the enterprise zone to incentivize these businesses that have opened. We just try to take advantage of every program that the DHCD has to offer. Tamara knows more about all the different grants that you've gotten. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
With Community Business Launch, we put a lot of time and effort into that program here in South Boston. I mean, because when you start it, you say, how in the heck can you go find all the people in the community and around the various communities that are outgrowing their basement? And so we put an awful lot of time and effort in trying to answer that question. We did end up with 6 winners, 15 pitches, 6 winners, 5 new businesses, 1 expansion. We did have 1 immediate spinoff of somebody that actually attended the class, did not win, immediately opened their own business, and they have since then purchased a warehouse and renovated that warehouse and become a downtown fixture in our downtown. asking in the beginning, asking the public, what do you want to see in your downtown was key to this program. We put in a lot of effort into what do you want to see and getting answers to those questions. And we ended up getting those businesses that answered that question. And we ended up judging those businesses with a different weight that the community wanted to see. Building fit was really key in this program. Community Business Launch pushes you to get your buildings ready and to work with your property owners. Without working with those property owners during Community Business Launch, we would not have some of the renovations that we have. Sitting there during the classes, trying to figure out if this one wins, where are we going to put them? Making them go see the buildings, that was key. So in the end, this program totally changed the face of our downtown. It changed our target market. We all of a sudden had moms with lattes in their hands strolling downtown with their kids in their strollers to the different businesses. We ended up in the end a few years later with Microsoft and Mid-Atlantic Broadband coming to our downtown. And one of the reasons that when we were showing them different places of where they could locate in the community and the downtown location, they looked across the street and said, we like this coffee shop right across the street. Well, just that one little comment, that coffee shop was a Community Business Launch business. So some of those little things add up to big things when you do this program. After the spinoff, we had a snowballing effect from this program of a lot of women-owned businesses. We had Listers, who is a floral gift shop. Matt Wagner was here with Main Street America, and he was blown away with their flower bar and said that he uses it across the United States with his best example of experiential retailing. We had Mother Cluckers open, who was a home decor interior design shop. They opened 1 week after COVID started, and they are still here and are still a success. So we've just seen this proliferation of the power of women-owned businesses. The picture on the screen shows this is a chamber picture, so it's only the chamber members that are women-owned businesses in this photo, but we've just had a lot of women-owned businesses that have really helped, and all of that is partly because of Community Business Launch. So after Community Business Launch, we utilized some Main Street programs. After that, when you're having your ribbon cuttings, that's great, but how in the world are you going to keep these businesses is what we focused on. And not only those businesses that won, but all your businesses. And so we launched into a retention program that we called SOBO Keep Entrepreneurs Program. We got some Main Street grant and some other funding to help with a Keep Entrepreneurs program. And we focused really on keeping and mentoring those businesses. And as a result, the coffee shop location, in the end, if we had not been focused on intervention and persistence with those businesses, we had 1 week where that was going to turn around into the owner renting it to a church. And we had to turn the ownership of that business around within 1 week, and we did it. And then we had the cupcake shop who could not take care of their roof any longer and needed a new location. They would have moved outside of downtown if we had not found them another downtown location. So I just want to make sure that you understand that mentoring is extremely important. We gave these businesses the opportunity to come interview and sit in an interview and prove to us what would take you to your next level. And we gave mini grants, and we're not going to give you money for a shelf. You proved to us what it would take to the next level to get you there. And the cupcake shop, for example, we bought her a freezer. And, I would have never bought an ice cream freezer, but she talked us into it, and that has been a game changer for her business. So the mentoring part is really key to the whole program.
I think we did receive an IRF grant. We are looking at developing our hotel downtown into a boutique hotel. You can see the picture. That's Rebecca climbing up in the top of what I call, it's a John Randolph Hotel, and we're planning to put a rooftop bar, and the name I want for it is the top of the John. And I think it's going to be a destination for everybody. We have a developer who will probably sign an agreement at the end of this week, first of next week. And the good thing about the Virginia Main Street is having programs like this. I have picked up an awful lot on financing just watching this that I did not know existed. And this couple that's looking at developing a hotel, I'm going to get them in touch with a lot of you people, and hopefully you'll be generous with your funds. What else you got, Taylor?
I think that's
I think
about it. Rebecca, did you anything else? This is our contact information. Feel free to get in touch with us on anything and on any of the programs that we've talked about. We could sit here and talk on any of them for hours just on one. So feel free to contact us.
And I do see Elizabeth Bowringer on the program. Elizabeth, we've got $1.7 million in grants out there from DHCD that you have helped us with and are helping us with. And those are, low to moderate income rehousing projects. And we just appreciate all that you people do. It's just a great organization, great people. And, I know you have to put up with us out here doing some things, but we love what you do for us. When the grant came out for the small business help last year, 2 years ago, on COVID, it was $550,000. We ended up getting another 110. So we have given this community over $660,000 in help that took all of Tamara's time, and no one in Halifax County would do it except us. And so we thought it was important, and it was important. And we're just proud that we did it, and we helped all of our small businesses in the area.
Rebecca, you're muted.
You're muted, Rebecca. Let's see. Get rid of this thing.
There we go. I'm going to issue a challenge to everyone who is on the meeting with us today that in a few years we'll all meet at the top of the John. Tom's going to open a tab for everyone who brings their story about how the Roadshow inspired projects in their community. And again, I think South Boston is just such a great example of, DHCD and General Assembly, and we can create programs all day, but without the imagination and the passion and commitment of people like Tom and Tamara, Diana, Todd, Joelle, Mary, Mallory, Dr. Perry Rivers, all of our staff, not just in EDCV, but with all of DHCD, these programs would just be words on paper, but it really is all of you who are on the meeting today that grab a hold of these programs, grab a hold of these resources, and make them work in your communities. So please be in touch with me, please be in touch with staff, and let us know how we can help you bring these resources to your communities. I really appreciate all of the chats happening. We are at 12:22. So we just finished the end of a marathon together. Thank you all for joining us.
And yes,
for hanging in today.
In front of my AKA tree. Do I still?
And for staying to the end of the program, we are going to make this recording available to everyone. Slides will also be available. And please do be in touch with staff so that we can help you take a look at what programs match your community needs right now. Thank you again to all of our speakers. Number one, thank you to all of our staff for participating. Zachary Whitlow in particular for putting the presentation together for us. And very possibly my biggest thanks of the day is to these three dogs for sleeping through the entire presentation. So that we were able to have a good professional time. Thank you to all of you, and we look forward to seeing you at our upcoming How to Apply workshops. Thank you.